A lovely day for cricket, blue skies and gentle breeze. The Indians are waiting now to play the West Indies. A signal from the umpire, the match is going to start. The cricketers come on the field, they all look very smart. Irapali Prasanna, Gigi Boy and Wadeka, Krishna Murthy and Vishnu Mankad. Them boys could well play cricket on any kind of wicket. They make the West Indies team look so bad. We was in all kind of trouble. Joey Carew pull a muscle, Clive Lloyd get about 3 run out. We was in trouble without a doubt. It was Gavaskar, the real master, just like a wall. We couldn't out Gavaskar at all, not at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all. Venkataraghavan, Bedi in a turban, Vijay Jaishima, Jayantilal. They helped to win the series against the West Indies at Sabina Park and Queen's Park Oval. 158 by Kanai really sent our hopes up high. Noriega 9 for 95, the Indian team they still survive. It was Gavaskar, the real master, just like a wall. We couldn't out Gavaskar at all, not at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all. Govindra Janjurani, Salka Abidali, Dilip Sadesai and Vishwanath. They make West Indies bowlers look like second raters when those fellows came out here to bat. West Indies try holder and keep voice, they had no other choice. They who tried with Newton Dow, but a shot and they're sorry they bring him now. It was Gavaskar, the real master, just like a wall. We couldn't out Gavaskar at all, not at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all. Little Desmond Lewis, also Charlie Davis, they take a little shame from out we face. But Sobers as a captain, he won plenty coaching before we cricket end up in a disgrace. Beatty here that he became a father, he catch out whole first in the cover. But when Sobers here he too had a son, he made duck and went back in the pavilion. It was Gavaskar, the real master, just like a wall. We couldn't out Gavaskar at all, not at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all.
In short, defeating one of the major outfits, namely England, Australia, or the West Indies, on foreign soil now became the next necessity in the march of Indian cricket. Indeed, The Indians, up to this point, had never beaten the West Indians even at home, let alone in the Caribbean. But all this was to change in March 1971, when India imprinted the first of two sensational successes here at the Queen's Park Oval, Port of Spain.
We knew that Port of Spain was going to be a little bit slow wicket, and then perhaps landscapes, if he was to play against us, would really matter quite a lot to us. And that's the reason when the first match which we played against President's 11, we saw to that that one of their off spinners called Nureka, who was pretty old, he's on the verge of retirement, and at the age of 35, though he was bowling well, so he wouldn't have definitely caused us much of harm. So we saw to that he would get more wickets, so selectors would find it very embarrassing to drop him from the side. And exactly the same thing happened. They had no choice but to select him in the team. And had it been landscapes perhaps on that wicket, at Port of Spain, it would have really mattered us. Perhaps he would have really run through our side. But when we landed in Port of Spain, I had a look at the wicket, and I thought that this is the chance to win. And the wicket was nicely rolled up, but it looked a little bit funny. And I was hoping that I would lose a toss. And luckily I lost the toss, and the Sobers had no choice but to elect to bat. And had it been, if I was in his position, then perhaps I also would have elected to bat. It was very difficult to predict one. And the first ball, Abid Ali bowled, was a shooter, and it went through Roy Frederick's defense and knocked his stumps out. And that's where they got really shocked. And then, of course, they went on to score 200 and odd runs, nearly 260 or something.
Trinidad wicket is always a wicket that takes spin, and India have always produced great spinners. And in that particular test, we didn't win the toss and batted. India won the toss and sent us into bat, which is a regular occurrence in the West Indies, in particular in Trinidad, because the wicket on the first day always have a bit of moisture and it does a lot of funny things. And then it settled down the second day and the third day, and then it starts to play tricks again later on in the match. And India won the toss, which is always a good toss to win, sent us into bat, and they bowled us out fairly cheaply, and then went in and replied with a reasonably good score. And from the time they made that score, then West Indies was up against it because of the Indian spinners. I think that was one of Charlie's early matches. And Charlie has always been, in my mind, one of the players in the West Indies who have always been a kind of dogmatic player, a player who came in and would stay there. He wasn't a very attractive player to watch when he got going. He played a lot of attractive shots, but he was a type of player who you could depend on. He was a dependable player. Roy Fredericks was different. Roy Fredericks was the kind of aggressive player, attractive, and played shots. And they played very well during that test match. But one can never forget the youngster that came from India playing his first series in the West Indies, Sunil Gavaskar. I think that he took the limelight of all the West Indies people, and he proved successful through that whole series. He made a tremendous amount of runs and then went from strength to strength. We had Nariko, who I believe got 9 wickets in that particular match, and that only shows that if he could have done that with the Indian spin attack, Bishan, Biddy, I think Venkat was there too, and they were experienced bowlers, and therefore they used the conditions far better than we did.
In the second inning, when they came on to bat, the ball started turning, and with the rough created by the West Indies fast bowlers, I thought that I would take advantage of that, and that's the reason I brought in Salim Durrani just for a couple of overs. I thought perhaps he may be able to take the advantage of that. Bishan Singh was bowling very well, but perhaps with his kind of action, it was a bit difficult for him to take the advantage of those bowlers rough. And when Lloyd was batting, I switched myself from slip to switched to mid-wicket, short mid-wicket, and the moment Salim I brought in, he just offered me a catch. Of course, that was a hard one, but it came straight to me. And the second ball, Gary Sober's fist was bowled completely, I think, and the ball turned from the rough. And those 2 wickets really knocked them out. They lost all this determination to get as many runs as possible. And we had hardly 124 runs to score in the second inning, which we got easily. Of course, Dilip Sardesai batted extremely well. Then our Sunil Gavaskar, who missed the first test match because of the injury, he on his debut itself, he scored 68 odd runs in both the innings and brilliantly batted. And that's where the star was born.
I have never really done very well in Trinidad during my cricketing career. I think over the years that I have played cricket for the West Indies, I have scored only 1 Test 100 in Trinidad. Trinidad seems to be my bogey ground, as all cricketers have those kind of wickets, those kind of grounds where doesn't matter how hard they try, they never seem to be successful. And Salam Durrani, who I'd forgotten, a very good cricketer, I think was very underrated as far as the Indians were concerned. I thought he was a very good all-rounder, and he batted and bowled extremely well, but I didn't think that he got the kind of praise that he should have got. I think people look at the other spinners, but I think he did very well, and he was one of the main instigators in winning that particular match for India.
So Wadekar and Gary Sobers not agreeing on who won the toss in that test match, but Charlie Davis easily the pick of the West Indian batsman. And the pick of the Indian bowlers, Erapalli Prasanna. And a brilliant knock there from Dilip Sardesai, again in a difficult situation. Good support from Solka. A sensational haul there for Jack Noriga. Davis again one of the heroes, but the top scorer in the second innings, Roy Fredericks with 80. Good knock there. Venkatraghavan 5, 2 crucial wickets to Durrani. And easy going for India in the 4th venture with Sunil Gavaskar, the star, with 67 not out. India winning by 7 wickets. And for academic interest, Barrett 3 wickets.
Within months of that historic breakthrough, which some described as a flash in the pan, India were in England. Here, they obtained an honourable draw in the first test, a less distinguished one in the second, and so it was all or nothing in the third and final test at the Oval.
English batting is entirely different than the West Indies batting. They've got a professional approach. They have very good defense. They go very methodically. So best chance is to attack them whenever we get an opportunity to attack them.
It's a jolly good blow. It's a 6, a magnificent blow over long off.
D'Oliveira looking to get off the mark. There's a good throw by Solka, and Jamison's run out. Oh, what a tragedy for John Jamison. The second time in successive test matches he's been run out, and if anybody thought there must have been a certain test 100 for this batsman, it was on this ground today.
Hit it away on the leg side. It was a bit of a slog, but he's middled it and he's hit it for 6. Very effective shot from Alan Knott, hitting with the spin. It's a magnificent stroke by Hutton. 4 runs. Really handsome off drive.
He's done it. He's out. Horton bowled Solka.
Now Derek Underwood from the Vauxhall end coming into Wadekar. Swung that away with the spin over mid-wicket.
And he's hit that over mid-wicket for 4 runs. Always bowled him. And it turned. Pushing forward and the leg stump knocked out. Sardesai bowled by an off-spinner from Ray Illingworth. And so it's not to be a 100 partnership. The 3rd wicket down. And Sardesai out for 54. And that is out. Caught by Hutton at slip. Whittaker is out for 48. And he's found the gap. And that looks like 3 runs too. And that brings Engineer to his 50. He's pulled him for 3 runs. Off the edge, and it's caught, beautifully caught at 2nd slip by Fletcher. What a lovely catch. So D'Oliveira has done the trick again as a change bowler. Chandra to Edridge. Oh! Middle and off.
Well, this is an uncomfortable period for Keith Fletcher. Just 3 balls to go before lunch.
He's gone. Bat and pad. Caught by Solkar. What an over from Chandra. That must be lunch. What a remarkable game this cricket is. 3 wickets gone in a flash, and India riding high.
Well, it's gone up in the air and it should be a catch. And very easily and comfortably taken by substitute fieldsman Jayantial. Never in any trouble at all. But trouble now for England with Basil D'Oliveira falling with a score at 49. Looking to hit Venkat over the top, bowling without anybody on the fence, but much too high. And he's out, he's caught bat and pad, a fine catch. Alan Nod is out, Salker's done it again, diving in from that forward short leg position. So still these 3 short legs hovering just a few yards away from Illingworth, silly mid-off. And he's caught and bowled. Full toss, driven straight back at Chandrasekhar.
And it's through past Beatty for 4 runs. Oh, what a good catch. Venkat at slip. And look at Chandra. What a day. What a day for India. Caught and bowled. Just as the England captain went, so now John Snow. Caught and bowled, chipping the half volley straight back. 2 wickets in the over. He's hit it away uppishly, and it could be out. He's caught. Underwood is caught by Mankad. A nice running catch. He had about 10 yards, 15 yards to run in. Took it very well indeed. So the 9th English wicket is down. Underwood is out for 11.
Chandrasekhar comes into price. And he's out, LBW.
I kept on continuing Chandra, and Chandra responded to it so well. I mean, I had never seen him bowling so well in entire his cricketing career. He almost hypnotized the batsman. He was really on the spot, and when he's there on the spot, it's very difficult to play him.
Coming through for it, single. Good throw and he's out. Wadekar run out. And really, that was a wicket thrown away by the Indians. Absolutely no need for him to take it again. Superb throw by D'Oliveira, right over the top. Just the one slip, must have limit off now. Certainly tossed high, and a brilliant catch there by Alan Knott. And that slow bowl paying really good dividends. Changed his tactics, tossed it up, turned, and he's got the wicket. Vital wicket, of course. Sardesai out for 40. Oh, it's a handsome straight drive for 4 runs. Surely the deciding blow in this whole match. Oh, really, no question now. Still 5 wickets remaining. 3 runs wanted. And he's out. But he's cut that away, and that's going to be it. It's going through for the boundary. Nobody bothering to chase it. Abid Ali cutting Luckhurst away for 4 and giving India victory here in the Oval Test match. 174 for 6. A victory to the touring side by 4 wickets.
I was fast asleep when Abid Ali scored a winning stroke, and that shows how confident I was.
The euphoria arising out of 1971